420, 420, for 20 long years. I smoked lots of reefer and drank lots of beer. Every day at 420, we're gonna settle the score. And for 20 long years, it's been 20 past 4.
Hello. It's our holiday. Our high holiday. Welcome to 420 Live. I'm Jeff Kravitz. See, I can remember my name. Not a big deal. I want to thank our friends at 710 Labs for this big fat 3-gram doink with 2 noodles on it, not just one. It's like smoking a cigar of weed. Happy 420, everybody. I hope you're having a great day. I'm in New Orleans. If you're wondering why this background isn't familiar to you at all. My lungs aren't like what they used to be. Delicious. Put that down for a minute. Wow. I've never lit up one of these 3-grammers, and just watching it resonate here on the ends. Some delicious kush. The cigar. It's like smoking the cigar. It's beautiful. Nice fat spleef. It's our high holy day. You know, we come to you every day, 420 Live, Monday to Friday. They're wondering where I've been the past week or so. I've been working. My life is coming back together. Work is coming back around. I was in Atlanta for the phenomenal Triller fight with Jake Paul last weekend. What a punch Jake laid on that poor Ben Askren. You know, I mean, it was just like perfectly right on the jaw. And I was ringside. I shot some boxing pictures. You know, I haven't photographed boxing. Last time I photographed boxing was when Mike Tyson fought Holyfield. And I snuck in, and they kicked me out right before the ear bite. They're like, you got to get out of here. And I'm like, why do I got to get out of here? And they're like, because something's going to go down. We don't want you to have pictures of it. Of course, it was the ear bite. But I saw Vander the other day, and I was trying to get a look at his ear. I couldn't fucking get close enough to get close to his ear. But happy 420, everybody. The fight was rigged. I don't know. It was a good punch. But you know what? Homer, our buddy Homer here, our friends on the Twitch, the fight was rigged. I don't know. I thought he took a dive too, personally, because I was sitting there right ringside. I'm like, wow, he went down so fast. Then when I got home, I saw the clip. That was a good shot. It was a good punch across the head. So I understand what you're saying. But after I watched the tape, I was like, you know, that kid laid a good punch. Jake Paul has been training for this stuff. You know, he wants to be a boxer. So every day he's dedicated. He's training. He's got something to prove. And Ben Askren, he wanted that nice $500,000 check. I heard right before the first thing he asked for was, where's my check? Right before the ear bite. Yeah, just before Tyson bit his ear, I got thrown out of the venue. I was in there shooting away, and I could see Tyson just working that ear. And I was like, wow, Tyson's really close to his ear. I was like, that's kind of weird. I went backstage, and he ended up biting his ear because it was just like right in his face the whole time. Finally, he just got so mad. He's bit the ear off, spit it out. The old days. Anyway, 420 New Orleans had a beautiful day today at 320, or 120, I guess. Wait, sorry. I'm really confused here. At about 320 in New Orleans was 420 in New York City. And I did a little broadcast from the studio. I'm working with Dumpster Funk today, and Big Sam and Bo Dallas with the Wild Magnolia Indians. Phenomenal shots in this great old church called the Esplanade Studios down in Esplanade and Broad. It's a beautiful, beautiful studio. Many people, Arcade Fire recorded in there. Many people recorded in there. I saw the guy from Edward Sharp and the Zeros. He was recording next door. Alex, is that his name? And it was good to see him. Talked to him for a while. I'm baked. You're right. Today's the day, though, right? My Twitch friends, today is the day for me to get baked on the air. I mean, I do it all the time, but really 420, let's embrace it. So went down at 420. We were in Audubon Park at what they call the Fly, which is right along the Mississippi River. And people were out there on their blankets, smoking and hanging out and getting some sun. It's beautiful today, about 80 degrees here. The temperature, the weather all turned around this week. if you would be coming in for Jazz Fest, this is the perfect Jazz Fest weather. It's dry. It's nice and sunny. The sun's out, but they had 4 days of biblical rain that was just pounding down. So, yes. Happy 420 to all my friends. Laura, thank you for tuning in today. Mike, come on in. Rhonda, we love it. Homer, all our friends there. Alex, friends are there. What strain? I think that this is definitely a Kush. This is definitely some nice OG. I could taste it. It's beautiful, but I was just giving this 3 gram doink for my friends one day. I was picking up some Sunday Driver, and this came along with the Sunday Driver. So it's very, very tasty. And yes, I'm getting very baked, but that's the idea. This is what the days where I ate an edible before we came on air. So we'll see how long I survive and last. I'm in my good friend Rob Steinberg's house. We were out tooling around. And after the fly, we went to the Tree of Life, which is the tree where everybody hangs out. And there was a big old forest fire under that tree today. So all day long we were at it. Zorn checking in from the UK. Hope everything's all right there in the UK. Our whole country, we have a guilty verdict today in the George Floyd. Derek Chauvin is Chauvin, whatever his name is. His name is Jailbird because he's going to jail for murder. He sat on that guy's neck for 9 minutes. And anybody that could watch that tape, I mean, that's your evidence right there. If you're going to do something and people are pointing a camera at you, stop what you're doing. Don't keep acting like an idiot because it's just going to end up on TV and then you're going to end up going to jail or something stupid. So let's get everything. Let's hope that this is a step in the right direction and taking us into the right way that we need to go in the future, because we can't deal with this anymore. The way the police shootings, 54 police shootings since March 16th in Atlanta, since the massage parlor shootings, there's been 654, I think, maybe even more because there was 2 yesterday. Oh my Lord, kids. My kids, they want the Amazon code. You're approved. All right, you're good. Let me tell them they're good because otherwise they won't be able to spend my money on Amazon. You're good, guys. All right. Yes. Guilty. And that's the way it should be. I can't imagine if it would have gone the other direction. Because our girl Maxine, Justice for George, our girl Maxine Waters, she was already calling for everybody to go out there and riot. And, she wanted the world. If it's not guilty, you should go nuts. But she didn't really need to threaten that. Because you could have showed that video to 100 people. Didn't matter. 13, 100, a million. What do you think? How am I doing so far? 7608. I'm getting zooted and booted. 3 counts. Will you get consecutive or concurrent? I don't know. But the main thing is he's guilty. He's going to go to jail. Let's see what happens. 4/20/21. There you go. The beginning of a change. I kind of like the way that sounds. Hi from Birmingham. Hi there. She should have waited. You're right. She can't help herself. These people just want to talk. I mean, that's probably part of the problem with the senators. They just keep spewing and spewing and spewing. It's time to shut up and smoke a fat 420. Maxine, she should have hit the 420, 710 labs, 3 gram doink with the double noodles. Look at that. 2 pastas. You see the 2 pastas in the back? So later when you're hungry, you throw the 2 pastas in some hot water and you have a snack too. But I was at the fight in Atlanta and my friend Martin Shore called me up and asked me the last edible. Yeah, I am hoping the edible doesn't hit me like that. So let us pray. Because I have to get through the show. And, I'm here on assignment with my friend Martin Shore. If you saw the post from earlier, my first 420, we're in this church with Dumpster Funk, and he's shooting some stuff that's going to come out with his movie, Take Me to the River, that's coming out right around Jazz Fest ticket release time, which should be, they have to release tickets and announce the lineup by July. Now, as you know, the numbers are skyrocketing all across the world. If you're looking out at the world, while America seems to be opening up, different states, California, different states are opening up and allowing more commerce and more business and more capacity and indoor dining and things like that. So as the world opens up, there's other parts of the world that are doing really bad. So some of the highest numbers yet. So the macaroni joint. What's with the pasta in the joint? So to explain it to you guys, what they figured out was that those little pieces of cardboard get kind of wet and stuff, and they bend, but the noodles kind of keep the doink together. And they do them with one noodle, but this is the new fat supersized joint that 710 Labs is doing with 3 grams. 710 Labs is the company that went into business with erkle, Jaleel White, with his new purple erkle strain that him and Snoop Dogg were on the show the other night. Man, I've already smoked way too much of that. Him and erkle Snoop were on the show the other night on the Triller event that I shot, and they were talking about his new strain, the new purple erkle that's coming out. So erkle's ready. So that's what's with the pasta in the joint. Like I said, you have a little snack for later. They work really good. 710 Labs is in Colorado and in California. If you come visit, that's where you can find it. Eventually, we're going to federally legalize our whole system here. We got to get Biden. He's got a lot of stuff to do. So legalizing weed isn't on the top of his agenda because he's trying to finish this pandemic, and 85 million Americans are vaccinated as of today. I am happy to be one of them. I don't know what it does, but it makes me feel a lot better, especially as you see people getting sick. Who got sick was Ted Nugent. I don't know if you caught that, but our buddy Ted Nugent, who told us that COVID didn't exist and it was a figment of our imagination, has actually come down with the COVID. Our best wishes to our friend Ted. May you be out there rocking Stranglehold again soon on your guitar, but he's had a horrible time, of what's been going on, and has been talking about how bad it's been. So it's nice that these people that were all full of shit in the beginning still come out and they're still full of shit. And, and I flip-flop more than any waffle when it comes to this whole situation we're in. But, there's obviously a lot to it that people have been totally affected by this. This is a real thing. So you get out there, get vaccinated. We want to get back to life. We have to get, I read today they're never going to get to herd immunity, but I don't know if that's the point anymore. If it's just making sure that everybody takes care of themselves and isn't getting anyone else sick. Everywhere I'm going here in New Orleans, everybody is wearing a mask. So you walk into the restaurant and you have to have your mask on, and then they seat you 15 feet from the door, and then you take your mask off. Now, I don't know what happens in those 15 feet or when you enter into this, the cone of silence, the cone of no COVID, but you're in the restaurant, everybody else is talking and eating, spitting all over the place. So, well, that's really good to hear, because I haven't really heard much out there. Homer must be in Scotland. That's why you're wondering what's up with the pasta joints. That's what I was hearing, that it's not going well in the rest of the world, but I'm glad to hear Scotland's got a line on it. Beautiful country. I've been there, drove around the locks, had a beautiful time, was there in Edinburgh for the MTV Awards, probably in 2002, maybe 2001. It was great trip, delicious food, beautiful city, great architecture. Love Scotland, beautiful country. I look forward to getting back, and hopefully, are you going to legalize it more than the vaccine? Are they going to legalize the cannabis there? Man, if I smoke this whole thing in the show, 3 grams of weed in one sitting, that's like rock star stuff. That's like Cheech and Chong stuff. My buddy Tommy's doobie wasn't even that big today. Some spicy weed. Getting a little cotton mouth here. Yeah, I like the haggis. They gave us the haggis when we got there with a little bit of scotch, like a welcome to Scotland. They had a little MTV party for us, and they had the haggis there. Haggis, it's sausage. It's just the stuffing that's in the sausage. So, I'm a big sausage phenomenal. So, yeah, that's the heavy hitter, Amanda. I hope you're well, Amanda. Happy 420. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, Scott, you getting the contact high over there? If you get independence, yeah, I don't know what's happening with that. Ireland's a mess right now. I mean, it seems to me like things are just getting more wonky. It's getting wonkier as we continue abroad. But, 420, always a special day. The number, the time. Yeah, my friend Shirley Halperin called me up because she wanted to know. She writes for Variety and for Rolling Stone, and she wanted to know what I thought of 420. where did it come from? How did it originate? And, I had always heard that, the first time I ever saw it was at a Grateful Dead concert. I was in the parking lot, and this had to be 92, 93. And I was looking around, and on the ground, the guys were selling a bunch of stuff. And instead of 405, Route 405, it said 420. And I was like, how come everything says 420? And the guys were like, oh, dude, that's the time to get high. And then I started doing some research, and it was like, first thing I heard was it was like police code. 420 is marijuana smoking in progress. Okay. Then I heard that the real story is that these guys up in Santa Cruz, I believe it was, that was the time they would meet after school to get high. By the time everybody got to the park and lit up, it was 420. So it became a thing every day. And that kind of makes sense to me because I first heard about it in Northern California. And then now the whole world is on to the 420. We're all 420 in it. When I started this show, it was a year ago. It was we're on show maybe almost 240, I would say. I'm going off the top of my head. 240 hours going live over the past year has been an incredible experience for me, and a huge understanding on kind of where I am and what's going on. And now I see the work coming back. The Triller was amazing, working with Jeff Ross, doing his thing a couple weeks ago for Live X Live, which was coming out with the Oscars. So thank you, Shirley. San Rafael, that's where it was. I get all the Sands mixed up. Santa Cruz, Santa Clara, Santa Monica. Well, I don't get Santa Monica confused. Anyway, it's been a 420 year for me, which it's already been a 420 life, but this whole year has been a 420 year. Like coming live, identifying with the number, making it my own kind of, even though it belongs to everybody else. Like Santa Claus, all the Santas. I'm getting obliterated right now as that stuff starts seeping into my bloodstream, mixing in with the edible. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. The plant, it's doing a lot of good out there in the world. You see it. And yesterday I walked into a shop in New Orleans called Weed World. I was with my friend Rob, and we're walking down the street, and it's right on Canal Street. I'm staying at the Ritz for a couple nights. It was right next to the Ritz. Weed World. So I walk in because they had all kinds of weed shit all over, and I'm like, well, they're not selling weed here, so let me go see what they're selling. So I walk in, I look around, and I see a bunch of weed and some edibles and stuff, and walk all the way around, and there's one girl, and then in the end she's like, how you guys doing? We're like, fine. And I was like, so is this like artificial cannabis here? And she's like, no, this is real weed. And I'm like, it has THC in it? She's like, 25%. I'm like, what are you strain? She's like, cherry pie and sour something. I forget what it was. And what about these gummy bears? Well, there's 60 milligrams in each bag. The bags are $20. And what about the Rice Krispie treats and the brownies? They're 110 milligrams. And she's at open shop on Canal Street, no security guard, just door open, just her in the shop. And I'm like, how are you doing this? And she's like, well, it's decriminalized here in Louisiana. I'm like, decriminalized where you could just sell it in a shop? So now like everything, all these shops you go buy, it says CBD and more. The end more is the THC. So Louisiana, I love you. Corrupt forever, doing whatever they want. Don't give a shit. One thing I love about the people of Louisiana, they don't care. They don't care what you think. They're going to do what they do. And you're either going to realize that it's good and get on, or you're just going to turn the other way. So it's been unbelievable here watching everybody. Like, you're like, okay, that's what it is. And then they have these weed lollipop trucks going around town. So now it got me to thinking that you go up and you're like, oh, are these real weed? And the guy's like, no, but if you want the real weed, I got it over here. So they're actually just, everything's a front for some clandestine operation. Someone's getting paid off. Let's face it, it's New Orleans. Everybody's getting paid off. So, oh, Lordy. So it's 6:20 for me now, or 6:39, 6:20, not 4:20. So I've been at it. The people erkle? No, the purple erkle. The purple erkle is a very famous strain, actually, that's been around for years, well before he decided, Erkle was a character on this show back. I feel like I'm talking about something that happened at the turn of the century. Erkle was on this TV show. Please help me out. What was the name of the TV show Erkle was on? I don't want to say Facts of Life because that's not right. But he was a school kid, a nerd, and Jaleel White Funny enough, I happened to see him at my friend's house who owns 710 Labs probably about 4 months ago. And I turned him on to some of the Jerry Garcia strain, which he really, Family Matters. Thank you. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you. So Family Matters. Yes. And he was at my friend's house. I didn't really think much of it. And then I saw they're coming out with the strain and they're doing all this advertising. Then he's on the show the other night with Snoop. And I'm like, Erkle. Erkle's going for the bud, man. And I haven't tried it yet, but it's on my list. Thank you, all you Family Matters fans. Look at that. Kelly. Thank you, Josh. Happy 420 to you. Yeah, he's milking Erkle name. And he did the skit with Snoop, which I think you could see online. And he's flawless. I mean, he slips right back into character. No problem. Erkle, he's pretty funny. And why not? Everybody's milking everything now. This is the town. This is the time. This is the life of milking it. You're going to milk. If people are going back, bands are coming back out. You haven't heard from in decades. Oh, yeah, we're going to come back out. We're going to milk that. We're going to milk that cow. We're going to beat that pony. The purple Erkle is a nipple whip. Oh, really? See? I want to go party with Amanda. She knows all about the nipple whips. Am I eating good there in New Orleans? I landed. I got to the hotel. I checked in. I went to Felix's, which was like literally 100 yards from the hotel. Had raw oysters, baked oysters, soft shell crab. Soft shell crab, oysters, delicious. So good. The cooked, I think I like the cooked better. I like the raw ones. They're delicious, fresh, clean. And but the cooked ones with the cheese and a little bit of butter. Oh, so good. I'm hungry right now. I want to go get them. And I just went to Dookie Chase's. Met Dookie himself. Had delicious fried chicken. The skin was like eating potato chips. And last night went to Paladar 511 or whatever the number is, 508. And that was very good Italian, very upscale Italian, Cajun-y. Went with Ian, Neville, and Martin and Rob and Rob Mercurio from Galactic. We were hanging out today. Rob's working on the show with Martin. So it's amazing to be back in New Orleans. Just here, like coming into the city, and people are like, I want to meet up with you. I'm like, listen, I just need a couple hours to walk around town and grab the vibe and get back into it. And just like walking up and down Bourbon and then all around Royal and going down to the Mississippi through Jackson Square and just, remembering all my fond memories of coming here all these years. And what Jazz Fest would have been this weekend, the temperatures would have been 75 to 84, dry, not humid, beautiful, cool nights, just phenomenal. And some things are open, a lot of things aren't. Bourbon seems to be more than DBA. I went to a pop-up party on the neutral ground the other night in front of the Mint, right in front of the Dragon's Den there in Esplanade. It was great. The band was playing in a van. The drummer was in the van with his whole kit. And then at the back, and he was in the sliding door. And then at the back door were the two keyboard players. And everybody was hunched in there playing. And standing outside was a bass player. And then on the backside, with the doors open, they had the horn section. And they were just rocking. And it was just so good to be outside, listening to amazing music. And I just saw Johnny sketching the Dirty Notes over at Southport Bar. They had a little thing set up in the parking lot there, a little tent. And that was great. And so I've seen some music. And being inside Esplanade Studios, that private dumpster funk. If you haven't seen my Instagram, I posted a little story there for 420 East Coast time. Check out my little IGTV video I posted because it's really amazing to be inside a room and there's the band and 10 people there and the band's just killing it. Fire on the Bayou. Oh, so good. And the Mardi Gras Indians were in there today. I really look forward to you guys seeing the show. It's going to be out believe me, at the end of July. I think that's when they're going to announce the Jazz Fest, who's going to be playing at Jazz Fest, if Jazz Fest is going to happen. There's a lot of things that have to happen in all these cities before these festivals and stuff can come through. So we're hoping, fingers crossed, that in October, you're going to have French Quarter Festival and you're going to have Jazz Fest 2 weeks coming up. So you really have some special stuff happening, and just fingers crossed that we're able to pull it off, folks, and keep the numbers down here in the States, because that's kind of what counts. The rest of the world, I heard we're closing all the flights from the rest of the world. 80% of the world is going to be shut off to us because of they're not being able to deal with the numbers. We don't want them bringing it back in here. So that's sad because I enjoy the travel. 3D musical experiences, that's happening. I did that. That's right. I did do that. I went to go see the 3D screen. Yes. It knew all the food is the tits and the ass and all the other parts. It's like a smoke screen in here today. Yeah, I know. I blame him too. Go to Fiji. I went to Fiji. I had a great time down there. That was honeymoon though, a long time ago. Thank you. I'm feeling it, Scott. It's nice to be back out. Somebody called me a harbinger of COVID ending is the fact that I'm getting out and back to work. I feel that. I feel that it's kind of changing, that things are shifting around. You know, this is the first Triller fight I did. And I believe the next one's going to be on June 5th in Miami. We're going to be down there for that. I'm really excited to do another one. I think Diplo, that's going to be his first boxing match. Diplo's been training, you know. I feel like I could kick Diplo's ass. I could just sit on him, you know. One shot. Just one shot. That's all it took. Crack. Oh, Ben went down. I felt bad for him because, you know, not that he looked good. Not that he looked like he was training or anything. Like people always said that about Mike Tyson. Would you take the money and just go in there, and then as soon as you hit, you just lay down? You get $1 million or whatever it is to go in the ring with Mike Tyson. I mean, Michael Spinks lasted 90 seconds with Mike Tyson. Not too many people lasted more than a round. I mean, as he got older. Those types of fights were over so fast. The guys would have a $2,000 seat in the front row. They'd be on their way to the seat with their popcorn and their beer. And by the time they got to the seat, the fight's over. Oh, you got to be in your seat when the fight starts because otherwise you're going to miss it all. So good to be down. Fighting, you know, boxing is just an amazing sport, amazing entertainment. It's just like two guys in there just trying to kick the shit out of each other, but with rules. You know, there's rules involved. So you know, my face is way too pretty. If you look at my nose, it looks like I box. I box. How much for the ear? How much do you get for the bite you get in your ear bit off? Guys, all picking up on the ears. Yes. How much would it be? That's a good question. Because I like my ears. I mean, I hear music through them, but I don't think you ruined the part you hear through. It just kind of took the top of the bell off, right? Like right here. Just a little nip. Just a little. So how much for the ear? I don't know. Holyfield got a lot of money and famous. And then the next fight was supposed to be Holyfield and Tyson, but they weren't able to pull it together. For whatever reason, they already had Tyson fight. Then they're going to have Holyfield Tyson fight. Now it's just going to be Holyfield. So Holyfield, and I'm sure we're going to have some great entertainment. Justin Bieber, absolutely incredible. I got to tell you, the last 2 times I've seen this kid, a completely different performer than when he was, when I saw him at the end of the tour in 2016, where he was just kind of done. He was finished. I didn't think he'd ever play again because it just looked like he was not interested. And what I saw the other day was a caged tiger. Kid was all over the stage, proud, dancing, jumping around, lasers, smoke. It was great. The Black Keys, they played 4 songs. They're phenomenal. It was great to hear them play. Afterwards, I talked to Patrick Carney for a minute, wished him a happy birthday. And I was like, how was that? I was like, I haven't seen a show in over a year like that. And he's like, I haven't played in over a year. So that was the first time the Black Keys played it. They did a 20-minute set. It was absolutely incredible. We saw Doja Cat and Saweetie. Now, these are 2 acts I haven't seen yet live. Doja Cat is a TikTok star who's now an international phenomenon. And, fun. I love sexy. I love makeup. I love the outfits. You know, this is what I live for. A good dance act, performing, doing it up. I love movement in my photographs. I love the photograph movement and having that all the things still smoking. Am I going out of focus? Am I out of focus? Am I in focus? Oh. Saweetie was a lot of fun. We had Major Lazer, then Diplo at the end. Who am I missing here? Oh, Westmore. Mount Westmore. This is the new Snoop Dogg EA40, Too Short, and the one and only Ice Cube. Each guy got up and did a solo little slot, about 3 minutes each. And they did their song together, their Westmore song, which was, I guess, the theme song for the boxing match. Snoop is one of the producers there. He was all over the place, posing for pictures with everybody. Couldn't be nicer. And, he's still got to be on the show. I'm going to get Snoop Dogg on. So we're going to make it happen. And then Westmore was really good. They taped Westmore the day before. Each rapper, boy, it's all kicking in right now. Each rapper got to do a bunch of solo songs. And Ice Cube, to me, he was just confident. They're like, do you need to stuff up on the monitor? He's like, I know my own songs, man. New stuff, I need to know the words. But my songs, I know my words. So just play the track. And he just killed it, spit it out. He did it the first time. I was happy with one take. He was done. And they're like, you want to do one more? He's like, yeah, whatever you guys want. I'm like, all right, do one more. He did one more. He's like 2 takes and done. Too Short, 4 takes. EA40, 3 takes. And Snoop Dogg, 2 takes. Snoop, a total professional, came in, killed it. Smoking a fatty the whole time. I don't even know how he remembers the words. I can't remember what I'm going to say next after I did that. So Tyson, Tyson's now in the cannabis business, but he did fight. He was the first fight. So we'll see. Catch the ear and dry it out and save it. Have it forever and ever. Tyson ear, body part and or organ. What body part could you live without? Body part and or organ? I don't know. Now you're getting into my stoner brain. I mean, what body part could you live without? I kind of use them all. I guess you could take my balls. Now that I'm married and have 3 kids, I don't have much balls as it is. So, yeah, you can have my balls. My appendix. A toe. Yeah, but a toe. That's what's going on here? I'm like, am I not in focus? Is it me or is it Memorex? Do I need a little bit more light on the situation? Get me a toe. Yeah, sorry. Well, the truth hurts. Yeah, you don't really need them much anymore, do I? I got 3 kids. Just need them theoretically. As long as I have balls theoretically, I don't really need them physically. So if you had to take one thing, because I need my spleen, don't I need that? I guess a kidney, because you can live with 1 kidney. I don't really drink that much, so I've had a couple drinks here in New Orleans. It's hard. Not everybody's tanking. It's beautiful to see, especially people try to walk when they're really drunk down Bourbon Street. When I was sitting there, Felix is just watching people. It was Sunday afternoon, and people were banged up Sunday, and they're walking down the street like they. I'm sorry if you're like plus 60 and you're stumbling down the street drunk, like you just discovered alcohol, like you're 18, you might want to readjust. You might want to turn into a pothead. Oh, still lit. I wasn't sure I was going to get dry hit that time. Wow, I'm really proud of myself. I think that I'm not going to end the show until I smoke the entire 3 grams. My eyes. Looks like I'm sleeping. Yes. I would definitely not get rid of my endocannabinoid receptors. Yeah, the light. Oh yeah, you see that light reflecting off of long hair back there? Rob and I had a conversation about that, but I was just like, if I sit like this, then it's not that bad, right? Wait, we're going to do to someone on a police horse and was arrested for assault on an officer. I feel sorry for him. What was this punishment? You had to clean out the horse pen? You assaulted my horse? 2 days? You got 2 days in the pen? Mirik, how are you? I miss seeing all my photographer friends. Mirik used to be on the line with me. having a little fun. Hey, Carley, how you doing? Happy 420. It's the national holiday. Jeff Kravitz, happy time. I really didn't have a show like last year. I did 420. I did a whole week of shows up to 420 with Tommy Chong and with all kinds of weed growers and people that cook with pot. And, just like it was like a whole theme, like 7 days build up until 420. And because at that time I was doing 7 days a week in April of last year. I was going 7 days a week. So, I think now I'm not really doing that. I'm going 5 days a week, 3 days a week, 4 days a week, 2 days a week. It's always different. I am working as I'm back to work. So now it's going to be like, how many shows am I going to do? I'm still trying to figure it out. But it was 420. I cannot let 420 go. I had to stop in the middle of my day, enjoy myself, and come live to see everybody and say hi. And I don't know why I keep staring at the light. I think just because I'm so high, I'm like staring at the light. Anyway, where was I? What was I saying? When did I start these shenanigans? Oh my God, I've been going live March 16th. I started 3 days after 3 days after pandemic. I started going live. And up until the beginning of May, I went live 7 days a week, 420 every day. I didn't miss a day. I did like 49 shows straight. And then I started doing 5 days a week. And I've done 5 days a week now. I'm still staring at the fucking light. I've done 5 days a week now for the past, since then. I've done about 235 to 240. I've lost count of how many shows I've done. And, it's been a very interesting experience. I'm embracing my inner Pinky. My dad, Pinky Kravitz, he was a radio talk show host for many years in Atlantic City. And, I never want to get into family business. So it was reluctantly, I got into the family business to do my thing. And here I sit. But like I said, I don't know. I'm reassessing everything as it goes every day because of the way that my workflow is going and what's happening in my life as I watch us come back online. Now, I don't mean in California, but I meant with travel and going out and shooting and different things coming on, new clients, new opportunities, so I'm going to get out there and embrace everything I can and try to catch as much as I can. And it's been amazing to be here live and be able to talk to everybody over the past year because it's kept me in everybody's face and being able to communicate and touch base with all my friends and family and people I normally wouldn't see. So, what's in Birmingham? You got a job for me? I'm happy. Just let me know. I'll come shoot anything. I really will. Hey, Jim. Yes, I plan on being in Atlantic City this summer. Absolutely. Atlantic City, back to Long Island. Bring in the band. We're all going to play. We're going to rock it out, have some parties. When's that? Are they playing it? I would like to see Humphreys. I'm hoping I can go to Red Rocks to see Humphs, which would be really good. What you got here? 2 G's to puff, puff, puff. Yeah, like I said, I still have a little bit left, don't I? I'd say there's about a gram-ish, gram and a half left. Wow, I don't even think I'm going to finish it because I have a freaking headache. Yeah, it's so hard for me to just come here and talk to myself. It's just, it's such a struggle. I'm so shy, I'm such a wallflower. I don't know. I've been doing this as a way to express myself. They cut off my self-expression. I can't take pictures anymore. How many old pictures can I show on Instagram without feeling like I'm just retreading the old tires, putting new tires on the old car? I want a new car. I want to have all the new shit. I want the latest. Triller was pretty good. Love to you too. Thank you for tuning in there, Carley. I appreciate you. I hope everything's well. Yes, the shyest guy ever. Being shy has really served me well as a photographer in Hollywood. Oh, I don't want to ask them for a picture. I'll just take it anyway and then see what they have to say, which I've done before. Better to ask forgiveness than permission. It's always been my motto. Yes, it's true. I've been knocking them down wherever I go. And now in New Orleans, which I've already made a lot of friends, I'm trying to see as many people that want to be seen. Not everybody wants to see people, but there are a lot of people out. Everybody's out. Everybody's walking around. Benny Spivak, happy 420. My partner, Ben Spivak. The finest ass bass player, singer, songwriter. You got to check out Ben Spivak's feed. He's got a ton of great new music going on. He's got Instagram. He's got his YouTube channel. Check him out. He's in that band Magic. He's been on my show twice. A dope band in a big venue or a dope band in the mid. Yeah, it all. I've had great experiences in each situation. So I just want a dope band. If they're killing it, I can get there and access those places in a huge place. And if they're not killing it, it could be the biggest hall in the world. And I just can't connect. So I've connected all over. Yes, I love it here. I think I have to relight this. Oh, a little smoke with you. So last year, all these special guests. Afro Man came on the show to get high with us. My friend Leon. We did bong hits with my friend Brian Raskin. I had like a whole greatest hits kind of show going on to celebrate 420. And this year, I just didn't have any time to put anything like that together because I was busy. Triller, it was a lot. At rehearsals, I shot 5,000 images. Oh, here's some good questions. Here we go. How does a bad band experience affect your photography? Like if the band sucks? Well, when I was shooting Fish, Tommy Chong was before 420. He was actually the warm-up that week because his 420, he's very busy on 420. I couldn't go to Tommy on 420. How does a bad band experience affect your photography? Well, the good thing was like when Fish was playing horrible, you know, and when I was working with Fish, I would just I'd shoot it up because when they were really good, I'd want to dance more. So I would like try to, you know, time my shooting around when I could dance and put the cameras down because you're shooting for 4 hours. You got a lot of time to shoot. You know, most bands give you 15, 20 minutes. So it's really hard to tell if they're having a bad band experience. Anybody commercial, it's the same show every night. So it's not like, you know, they're just doing this. It's very by rote, you know, numbers, by the numbers, by the book. So getting down there. This is the smokiest tube I've ever hit. Look at this. It's like I'm in the London fog. So you have a smoke machine here. Well, I need Rob Mercurio working the wafting. That's what he was doing. He was wafting the smoke. Let's see. Yes, better to ask for forgiveness than permission. I mean, it's kind of how I live my whole life. Oh, wait, I wasn't supposed to do that. I'm so sorry. You know, so good. It's delicious. It's like eating. When it's good, it's good. You know, when the band's great, when they're clicking, I'm clicking. When I'm feeling it. When someone's giving their all in performance, they're living in every moment. That's kind of what it really makes. I'd rather get high. I'd rather get high. I'd rather get high. That was Afro Man. I went to work today, but then I got high. I was going to go to the gym, but then I got high. And I know why. Because I got high. Because I got high. It's because I got high. You know, all those years when I was smoking back in school, you know, when you're a wee teenager, I never imagined that it would be illegal or that I'd be able to smoke in a communicative way. Like just sit there talking into a computer camera while people watch. Watch you cough up a lot. My God, that shit is strong. Austin, what the fuck? You guys had a shooting this week too. Everybody, it's like everybody gets their turn. We've taken liberty with my press pass. No, I've never had sex with a press pass before. No liberties taken. Noel Kassler, one of my favorite guests. Well, Noel's amazing. You know why? Because he's so incendiary. You know, he was in there, talk about Trump wearing a diaper and talk about all that stuff. But if you really want to hear one of the smartest, most intelligent people I interviewed in the past year plus, it was John Battelle last week. Not Patel, Battelle. He's one of the founders of Wired Magazine. The Recount is his latest project. One of just smart, in tune, plugged in, just a genius of a guy. And an incredible interview, like his perspective on what's going on, his perspective with the Bitcoin, his perspective with the stock market, just his perspective in general. Interesting, refreshing, and intelligent. Like I rarely have people on that are the kind of people that you'll see on CNBC and NBC and CBS, all the major networks. But he's one of those kind of guys. So, Battelle. What are you smoking there, Shirley Halperin? I know you're a big 420. I didn't see the article. Did you send me a copy? Can you send me a link to it? Because I didn't see it. Oh, it's still lit. I'm getting down on this. I'm almost down to the noodles. I'm going to put the noodles into the water later. I'm going to boil them up and eat them up. I'm going to put them in with my crawfish etouffee later. Rob's like, we already went to Dookie Chase today, so we can't have another big New Orleans meal. I'm like, why don't you just oh my God. That's really good. You can't have another big New Orleans meal because you already had one today. You're going to stop your heart. And I'm like, look, I'm a year out, man. I haven't been doing anything. So I'm just watching my inflammation. The crescendo. I like the crescendo. The crescendo is kind of it's in the chem dog category. So I like it. It's pretty good. So what do you got? The what is that? THC Design. Is it their crescendo? Because I got that little package. Oh, the article's not up yet. All right. Well, come on. What are you waiting for? You procrastinating stoner? It's 420. Well, when are you going to release it? 421? Yeah, I like the crescendo. I got it with the book from THC Designs, and then that was it. I heard from our friend, Miss Greenberg. She's like, I got a book for you. I got the book. And then I was like, where's my interview with the CEO of THC Designs? I want to talk to this guy. But I never heard from him, and I want some more of the crescendo. I don't need another book, but that was some really good weed. Well, I think I'm getting a little paranoid. Stuff's starting to affect me. Wow. That's pretty impressive, 3 grams in a sitting. I wouldn't think I'd be able to crush that. You know, I guess I just don't know myself that well. I'm still discovering who I am after all these years. After 58 years, I'll be 59 coming up in another 3 weeks. Well, I don't know what else to say. I like New Orleans. You're a Holyfield. I'm a Holyfield. I'm getting my ear bit off. I'm a contender. I'm not the champ. I don't know. I could smoke weed with Mike Tyson, take him out. In it to win it. I don't know how I'm going to do it, though. Yes. What am I smoking? I'm smoking a 3-gram joint. It's called a doink. They call them doinks. And it's got pasta noodles in the back as your crutch. It's made by my friends at 710 Labs. And I think it's definitely a Kush. It's like one of their OGs. They have quite a few there. You just tell by the taste. I'm sure this whole little porch I'm on is thinking out right now. But that cherry's like a cigar. You know what? After the show, I see dinner, big fat meal, and bed. What else am I going to do after that? So, yeah, that's what I'm up to, Josh. I'm up to smoking that Kush. You know, I ate a little bit of edible before the show. I guess that's starting to kick in 50 minutes later. So I'm slowing down. No, somebody. How? Meow. 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 He celebrates support. Thank you. Play guitar. I'm at Rob's. I don't even know if that thing's in tune. And yeah, that's all I need. I haven't picked up a guitar. I got all. Now I'm getting all like clammy. You get stoned. Now I'm getting like clammy because that's like total marijuana OD. I'm ODing on marijuana right here on my show. 420 Live, the OD edition. Jeff Kravitz smokes way too much weed. What was dinner? No, I haven't had dinner yet. Lunch was Dookie Chase, fried chicken. So dinner, I kind of want to do some fish. I think that would be like next on the thing. Maybe more bivalves, some more oysters. What's June Le Bleu? Is that like a restaurant I don't know about? Well, a lot of places in New Orleans are closed too. So people are like, "Oh, here, go there," and it's like, no, it's not open. It's not open right now. My friends at DBA only open on the weekends doing stuff outdoors. But everywhere is different. Bourbon Street was rocking. There's bands playing. Oh my God. I'm going to kill myself. No one can die from marijuana OD. Good name for a strain. Which one? June Le Bleu. June Le Bleu. That's a strain name. Or oysters. I like oysters as a good name for a strain. What happened? What happened, Halperin? You're trying to tag June. I thought that was like a weed strain. June Le Bleu. Where else would we be noshing in NOLA? I don't know. I know. I am really stoned. I mean, it's 3 grams of weed in that thing. I smoked the whole fucking joint and I ate edible before the show. I agree. Le Bleu. Well, Le Bleu Dream. It's already a thing. I am, Shirley. I'm fucking out of my mind right now. I've never been this blasted in the entire year of coming on. I've done a hit and then I just get caught up into what I'm doing and don't really think about it. But this is like, I've been high a couple times, but I'm fucking zooted and booted and should be like, they should hook me the fuck out of this chat right now. Yeah, I know. I'm laughing too. And June Le Bleu. But you know what? I thought this was a good goal, getting through the whole 3-gram pasta noodle. By the end of the show, I'm 52 minutes in. I usually wrap in an hour, so I have like 5 minutes left to do this and to entertain and to be really high. Ask for permission tomorrow. Tomorrow I don't have any permission. Hey, Jill, happy 420. Good to see my friends coming in and saying hi. I know, Shirley. What can I do? Jeff Kravitz has been the clown prince of the 420 slot, the comedy prince for the past year, and has been hiding. The best part about me is like how I am when I'm completely out of my mind, zooted high. I don't even know if I could get this high every day. I don't get this high every day. I have a maintainable buzz, but I don't really go out and be like, I want to get like totally blasted. It happens by accident. It happened when I was dabbing the other day with my dipper. I dipped in to some Z cubed, and man, I got so high. I was like, and I feel like I'm 15 again when I get high like this. It takes me back to like when you first start smoking weed, or if you take like 2 weeks off and then you hit it. We're almost down to the noodle here, folks. What do you think? 3 grams to a nub. The clown prince. Yeah, the clown prince of the 420 slot. Yes, here. You hear my antics, my distraction, this shell game I've been doing for the past 3 years to keep all my friends engaged, to communicate with everybody, to come in and just give the big hug, the big cerebral hug, the nug hug, to come in and just try to light everybody up. And I've taken many on the chin here. I've fallen on my face many times, but you know what? I've stayed out of any kind of adversity when it comes to race. I haven't been Me Too'd in the traditional way. I'm sure I'm putting myself up here and put my neck on a chopping block, but I've said a lot of words over the past. I've said 240 plus hours of words on the air over the past year, and I've only been called maybe on one or two of them. So I just want to thank my self-editor up there in my brain that's like, don't even go there. No, don't go there. Nope. And as fast as I talk and as fast as the thoughts come out, there's still someone up there going, inappropriate. Don't say it. So I'm still trying to, keep it real at the same time, to be conscious of what's happening in our society right now when it comes to race and sex and pronouns. I think the hardest thing about my life right now is the pronouns. I don't want to get into it, but I just don't know. How do you know someone's pronoun until you actually talk to them? Like, you could write the wrong thing or say the wrong thing, and then they're like, oh, no, wait, you got my pronoun wrong. I think we should start getting a tattoo right here. My pronoun is it. Be like, yo, it. Okay, I'm going to surrender, I think. Yeah, 420 live. I had the guilty verdict. I knew. Come on, the guy was guilty. There was no way anybody was looking at that video for 9 minutes and being like, yeah, the guy's handcuffed. You could take your, about 30 seconds in, you could take your knee off now. 30 seconds in, he could have taken his knee off. Knee never had to go there in the first place. But for 9 minutes, are you kidding me? I just don't know how you could have looked at that and not thought the guy was guilty of murder. You watched the life choked out right there on the street. People telling him, hey, get off, let the guy breathe. I can't breathe. But thank God it went that way today. That we got the guilty verdict, and hopefully we can start some healing. I mean, I don't know. Maybe people are still going to be rioting about this. I don't know. But, we try to stay away from the serious stuff. I try to stay away from the politics. That's one thing I've tried to do the past year, but there's just some stuff that's so serious and so in our face that you just can't ignore it. You can't turn away. So, as much as I don't want to dwell there, it's impossible not to go there. Gun control is a totally another thing that is just like bitching me out right now, that I'm just so mad about, that people are open target practice. So, you got to be careful wherever you go now. Supermarket, doesn't matter what it is. So anyway, folks, we're going to wrap. We're coming into the hour period. I think I've done this some serious justice here. Anyway, everybody needs to take care of themselves. What's this? Was super hard to censor ourselves without denying our own preconceived ideas. Yeah, I know he did. I saw it. But you have to drug hugs, nug hugs, drug hugs, nug hugs, all coming up. Nug hug. There you come. For 2021, the beginning of the change. Yeah, it's kind of fitting that it's happening today. That our universe is turning around today. And, this whole year, 2021 has been a year of change, and we've all felt it. I feel it coming now. I couldn't hope for more. I just hope that we can keep the numbers down worldwide and get back to where we can travel and see the people we want to see and love the people we want to love. And I love all of you, and thank you all for coming on with me, the 420 live adventure over the past year. I'll try to come live as much as I can, but, as I say, life is coming back. This show, as easy as it is for me to sit here and just rail off the top of my head and get incredibly baked, there's a lot of work that goes into it, a lot of planning. I want to thank my friends at Osiris Media for all their help over the past year and everything they've done for me. And everybody that's been on the show, thank you for coming on. And everybody stay stoned. Look at me. Woo! If I could be an example, yes, you can function. Peace, love, and happiness, everybody out there. Big hug. Thank you all so much for coming out. And I'll be back. I don't know when. I don't know if this week, because I'm here for NOLA. I'm going to join myself and get some more of the flavor. Try to put on 2 or 3 pounds. So, Thank you, guys. Shirley, love you, and thank you. Pray for my company. Yeah, they're gonna have a whole thing to deal with today. Thanks, everybody. Jeff Kravitz, sign off. Happy 420, folks. We're gonna do it again and again and again and again. We'll see.